Israel-Hamas conflict that continues to take place. Now, he's made the statement in the parliament and he has said that the attacks in Israel last weekend shocked the world. Now, over 1,400 people were murdered, over 3,500 people wounded, and almost 200 taken hostage. The elderly men, women, children, and babies in arms were murdered, mutilated, and burnt alive. It was a pogrom, and we stand with Israel. Now, at least 6 British citizens were killed and 10 are missing. Now, we are working with Israel to establish the effects as quickly as possible. We are also helping British citizens who want to leave Israel. I believe we must support Israel's right to defend itself, to go after the Hamas and take back the hostages, deter further incursions and strengthen its security for the long term. We must support the Palestinian people as well because they are victims of the Hamas too. Now, we have a particular bite that we have of Rishi Sunak itself. Let's have a look at what all he exactly said.
The attacks in Israel last weekend shocked the world. Over 1,400 people murdered, one by one. Over 3,500 wounded. Almost 200 taken hostage. The elderly, men, women, children, babes in arms, murdered, mutilated, burned alive. We should call it by its name. It was a pogrom. Mr. Speaker, the families of some of the missing are in the public gallery today. We call for the immediate release of all hostages. And I say to them, we stand with you, we stand with Israel.
We will go back to Siddhant, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Siddhant, coming back to you with this question, we've also seen that a large part of the narrative now with regards to this war has come into the fore as to how Palestinians are also on bearing the brunt. They're suffering from the Hamas's attack, and the Palestine does not stand for Hamas. Like Rishi Sunak has also mentioned this, while the support is out there for Israel, but Palestinians also are equally suffering at the hands of the Hamas. How are we looking at this?
Well, yes, and in fact, that is one distinction which has been drawn very clearly by the other West Asian countries, that Hamas is not Palestine, and the concerns of the people of Palestine, the concerns of the solution to this long-standing conflict is something which a world community, the global community, international organizations should sit and find out. And this is perhaps a moment where Israel was attacked by Hamas. Hamas doesn't represent the people of Palestine. It's the Palestinian Authority which represents people of Palestine, and it has again brought the issue of Palestine in center stage. In fact, U.S. Anthony Blinken did meet the president of the Palestinian Authority in Jordan. Tomorrow, we can expect Joe Biden also to be in Jordan after his short visit to Israel. He's also going to meet the president of the Palestinian state and the representatives of the other West Asian countries. So, a very active diplomacy have been put in place by America in West Asia. As I have been saying that America doesn't want war. America doesn't want this to get further flared up and become a regional issue, because if that happens, then it will be a trouble for American policymakers. And this is a reason that they want to contain it. They want it to be restricted between Hamas and Israel. Also, given the statements that are coming from America, they have appointed ambassador for the humanitarian crisis. In fact, Secretary Blinken spoke about the Biden's trip to Israel and the agreement with Israel to develop a humanitarian aid plan for Gaza. So that is perhaps the humanitarian aid to Gaza has also taken a sort of important place in the statements coming from the American side. So some sort of an understanding is going to be reached tomorrow, since U.S. President is going to be in Tel Aviv, and US has already promised aid. The two warships have been deployed. In fact, all sorts of assistance, help have been extended by US, and US is US is a very special ally of Israel, or perhaps Israel is a very special ally of US, more than the Five Eyes countries. They have a very special equation, and in fact, let me put it this way: also, Israel in West Asia is important for US foreign policy, to secure the interest of US in West Asia. That is kind of a relation the two countries has. But given the circumstances right now, and since most of these West Asian countries have not condemned Hamas, they also want the solution to the Palestinian issue. And in fact, President Sisi of Egypt said that there are tons of aid that has flown in from various countries to be sent to Gaza. And for that, it is important for US to broker a deal, or perhaps convince Israelis to open the Rafah border so that the aid can reach to the people of Israel. So along with this particular, how should I put it, along with this particular policy that Israel reserves right to defend its territory, now it is also about how to develop a humanitarian aid plan for Gaza, and perhaps that is happening simultaneously, and which can bring some sort of a peace to the region if that happens.
Right. So